Well, you might have got that update on your phone about a severe storm warning for the River Valley area. It does include Fort Smith, and not really too concerned about this storm. It seems to be weakening, but we do have some wind issues with this storm. Wind is up to around 60 miles per hour. So that can cause a little bit of damage. And here's the radar right now. We do have this severe storm warning. It is in effect until 9:15 this evening. It does include the cities of Fort Smith, Van Buren area. Alma is just outside this warning, but we can see this storm is moving to the northeast around 25 miles per hour. The reason why I hopped on this Facebook Live is because it is impacting a highly populated area, the Fort Smith area, and we can see not a whole lot of hail with this storm. Heavy rain, lightning is going down. I do expect this storm to pretty much fall apart pretty shortly. But the winds are strong, 60 miles per hour. That can cause damage. And that's why I wanted to hop on this real quick and just show you the exact area that is being impacted. Because if you have a weather radio, if you have Weather Call Next Gen, your phone probably went off. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Besides that, it is looking pretty quiet across the area. Northwest Arkansas, not seeing a whole lot, but the River Valley is seeing some of those storms. We got the Fort Smith area being impacted by a severe storm. I do expect that to expire at around 9:15. I just wanted to hop on, just give you a quick update because you might be wondering, what is this storm doing? Is it going to be weakening? Is it going to be staying steady? But I do think it is going to be on a weakening trend. So here is live radar. I do want to show you the storm motion, and we can see northeasterly around 25 miles per hour. And I see the comments. P Ridge is quiet. Not a whole lot going on in P Ridge right now. River Valley, though, the activity is on an uptick for this evening. And we can see these storms making their way through the area. But I'm kind of making my show right now. We have a newscast coming up at 9 o'clock, Fox 24. You can tune into that and get all the latest news and weather. But I assume that I'm going to be off the top of the show, which I am. So I need to get a little hit going here, and that's what I'm doing right now. So that's why my head is pointed this way. I'm looking at the computer screen, and you're looking at Mega Doppler. We got Fort Smith area that is in the severe storm warning. But once this warning expires, I really think that the severe storm threat is really not there anymore. But I tell you what, our Kisser FM camera is down, which is not good because that would be able to see this storm. But we do have some other cameras. We have Mountain Magazine looking west, and we can probably see some lightning from this angle. Let me load that up and show you that. Look at all that heavy rain. So this isn't the severe storm, but it is showing you some rain in the Logan County area. But I do want to show you the precip chances, and I will probably show you my first weather. Here is going to be in the black for a little bit, but I do want to show you the first weather. So I'm going to pretty much take you through the radar, the precipitation chances, the satellite radar, show you what's happening overhead. There is a front to our north that will stay north of us. The main energy is to our north. In the Dakotas, they're dealing with some severe weather. But for us, we just had that one severe storm. And I don't want to say just a severe storm because 60 miles per hour winds, that can cause damage. But I do want to just zoom in on that and get the information. And then we can talk more about that coming up. But so we're about a minute out. So I'll show you the update, and then I will. How about I will end this stream once we have no more severe storm warnings. And I really do think that they will drop that warning off because the reflectivity is down, lightning is down, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick just to get you updated if you're wondering why your weather radio went off. It's because there's a severe storm warning issued, but I think that will be tapering off pretty soon here. And that's good because it's been active. It hasn't been crazy severe, but it's been a little bit active here. And I think that the weekend forecast, there will be some chances for some rain. So we're 15 minutes out. So I'm going to put it in a mode where it's going to show you the TV, but it will be black for about 5 seconds. So stand by for about 5 seconds of this black.
Taking you further. This is Fox 24 News at 9.
Well, counties in the River Valley are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 9. I'm Joshua Pinella. Let's go ahead and send things over to meteorologist Zach Gilday. And now, Zach, what's the latest on these storms?
That's right, Josh. Tracking a few severe storms, nothing widespread, but we do have some storms that are in the River Valley. The Fort Smith area is seeing that severe storm warning. I think that just dropped off. And I did expect that to happen because we saw that storm weakening. The lightning went way down. Reflectivity went down. But briefly, those winds were 60 miles per hour. And that's kind of what happens with these weakening storms. So there really is no upper level support, but there is the energy. And with all the moisture content that is in place, it makes the atmosphere primed for storms, even though there isn't any upper level support. So that's why we're not seeing any organized severe weather, just that pulsing severe storm. And I did launch that Facebook Live because it was impacting a highly populated area, the Fort Smith area, but the wind kind of kills the storms. That cold downdraft kind of gets out ahead of where that storm is going, and that kind of really chokes off that storm. And then we can see that reflectivity really going away. So no longer severe, but still seeing some pop-ups in the Greenwood area. They're seeing a heavy downpour. That's in Sebastian County, Logan County, seeing a little bit of storms. Here is a beautiful shot from our Mountain Magazine camera. Look at that lightning right there. That's a downpour. And we can see temperatures across the area that had the rain earlier, a little bit cooler, 70s. In Northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, 79 degrees right now. Not yet done with that rain. Tonight, we can't quite make it zero. Once we hit after midnight, 20% chance for a stray shower. And we can see it, Josh, tomorrow, your Saturday, rain chances are going back up, but it won't be a washout. So we don't want to cancel plans, but we do want to keep a close eye on the radar.
Complaint against a video board display at a Fayetteville business is now causing controversy. You may have seen it if you drive down Dixon Street. Mel Collier, the owner of Collier Drug, says a city representative told him that digital fluctuating advertisements promoting business were not allowed due to city code, but an American flag would be allowed. Now, displaying an American flag in the business isn't the issue here. It's how it's being displayed. According to City Attorney Kit Williams, it's breaking a city ordinance that's been on the books for nearly half a century. Now, enacted back in the 70s and 80s, the city says the code states that the electronic graphic displays like TV screens, plasma, holographic displays, or other technologies of a similar nature are against the law. It's one reason is traffic safety and limiting distracted driving. Businesses, though, can install neon lights and banners. Now, any violation leads to trying to get compliance from the business. Now, if that fails, the city prosecutor will try again to get compliance. And if that fails, the city prosecutor will file a citation in court and seek help of the Fayetteville District Court in enforcing the code.
We're not looking for fines. We want compliance. So sometimes we're forced to go into court to seek a fine for non-compliance, but we always would rather have a business comply rather than having to go to court or having to seek a fine for them.
It's recommended that Collier Drug removes the display or take it to one of its drug stores in another city that allows it. Now, Mel Collier says a court appearance has been set for July 31st regarding the display. We've reached out to Mel Collier for an interview, but he declined to talk with us. Well, newly released footage shows the moment Vian police officers rescued a woman who was stuck underneath a train car. Now, this happened earlier in the week on Wednesday. The Vian Police Department responded to a call after learning a pedestrian had been pinned down underneath a train. You can see the video right there on your screen. Officers made it their way about a quarter mile down the tracks before locating the woman. She was eventually freed by officers. Now, we still don't know how the woman became stuck underneath that train, but again, luckily, she made it out alive. And a new housing project is underway in Fayetteville, this time focusing mainly on the veteran community. Patriot Park is the largest subsidized veteran housing project in the country. Fox 24's Dylan Unner reports.
Washington County is unveiling the nation's largest subsidized veteran housing project located in Fayetteville, a 60-unit development with affordable income-based rent. They're calling it Patriot Park.
Yeah, the rents that are available to these will range from a low of around $300 to approximately $650, depending on the size of the unit. But as you probably can tell, significantly below the market for 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. So we're excited. We can't wait to start handing out keys to the veterans.
Washington County Judge Patrick Deacon says this project will benefit both the community and the veterans who are getting an affordable option to live.
What I want to say is we're bringing this efficiently and effectively to the taxpayers of Washington County with minimal impact to their pocketbooks. So win-win for everyone. Efficiency for the taxpayer. We can honor some of the best people in our society. Once again, our veterans that put on the uniform and fight for us with housing that they can get in and afford. It's just a win-win for society. It's a win-win for our county.
Director of Veteran Services for Washington County, Ben Dykes, says the development not only gives veterans a place to live, it also brings a sense of community.
Having a housing facility where it's a veteran-centered housing facility is really going to rebuild some of that camaraderie. I don't miss my days sleeping, hot racking on a submarine, but I miss the people that I was on the submarine with. And I know my staff, it's the same way. I tell people at our office, every day is Veterans Day.
Dykes says since the announcement of the development came out, veterans from all across the country have been calling to check in on a room.
We get calls from Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, Tennessee, that have somehow found out about this word of mouth through the scuttlebutt, is what we call it in the military, and they've heard about it and they want to come here. They really are looking forward to it. And I think the community is going to welcome it. We have a national cemetery. We have a VA facility. I mean, we have everything right here.
Now, Senator Petty says that they plan on having the development done by December and for veterans to be moved in by the end of the year. And today kicked off Fayetteville's Pride Festival right here on Dixon Street. Now, this weekend's festivities began with a trans march from the corner of Dixon Street and Church Avenue through the Upper Ramble. Now, the march ended with a rally featuring remarks from Arkansas Representative Nicole Clowney and a proclamation by Fayetteville Mayor Molly Ron. Now, tonight's fun ended with live performances from RuPaul's Drag Race star and a Dixon Divas drag show.
It's been really awesome. It's so cool to meet other like-minded people, other people who know the struggles and just have been through similar things. It's just really cool to see the whole community, and it just makes a lasting impact on everybody. I feel like it really boosts morale in the community for sure.
Now you can find a full list of Pride activities over on our website, fox24news.tv. And today, the Supreme Court delivered its final decisions for the terms. The court ruled on issues regarding President Donald Trump's ability to enact executive orders, limiting children's access to pornography, and giving parents the decision to opt out of certain curriculum. Fox 24's Raquel Martin brings us their rulings.
The Supreme Court rulings paved the way for the president to enact some of the more bold and controversial portions of his agenda. He made a rare appearance in the White House press briefing room to celebrate his victories.
This is such a big day.
Friday, the Supreme Court handed down its final decisions. The standout, a ruling that limits lower courts' abilities to block the president's executive orders from immediately going into effect nationwide.
Not one district court judge can think they're an emperor over this administration.
The president now says he plans to move forward to end birthright citizenship.
Thousands of people are pouring into our country, and it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the babies of slaves.
The justices did not weigh in on the constitutionality of birthright citizenship itself.
It doesn't make any sense.
Democrats call it a missed opportunity.
It is in the Constitution. They could have easily just said.
Some legal experts say the ambiguous ruling invites chaos and confusion.
It's not entirely clear how this will play out in practice.
The court also ruled to preserve a key part of the Affordable Care Act, uphold a law blocking kids from accessing pornography online, and ruled parents can opt out of LGBTQ-related school readings over religious objections.
Great ruling for parents.
Outside the court, a parent from the local Maryland school district case celebrated.
All we ever wanted was to be able to opt out, not change any curriculum, not change any books, but to simply say not for our children, no thank you.
The justices did decide not to weigh in on one case involving congressional districts in Louisiana. Instead, they're ordering those arguments for the fall when they return for their next term. Right now in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you.
Well, today, many teens across the River Valley got the chance to get a front row look at the jobs of first responders and talk about possible career paths. Now, the event was hosted by Baptist Health in Fort Smith. The program gives students a chance to gain hands-on experience in a variety of healthcare jobs. The event, Heroes Unite, allowed those students to meet with first responders and discuss job duties, explore the vehicles, and much more.
It's just great community involvement to show that we're really appreciative of all of our first responders as well.
The event hosted police departments, fire departments, EMS, and emergency management. And hundreds of families with children face food insecurity, especially when schools are out and on summer break, and meal programs are also put on pause. But to combat the problem, StarKiss, Feed the Children, and Feed 479 held a summer resource rally at Cross Church in Rogers today for 400 families in the area. Now, during the rally, those families were given shelf-stable food, boxes of food, books, and hygiene items, among other things.
So it's something that bringing the community together is really important to us. And it's a really beautiful thing because a lot of the people that are volunteering for us now, they started as being our guests needing food, and now they're coming back and volunteering. So if we can take somebody from a point of need to a point of service, all of Northwest Arkansas is better.
Now, according to a report released last year by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Arkansas was ranked the most food insecure state in the country. Well, advancements that will better help investigators find missing persons in Arkansas coming up, how you at home can aid in the effort. Plus, one basketball player from Arkansas is headed to the NBA. Learn more about his time at Arkansas Tech still ahead. And meteorologist Zach Gilday will have your full forecast coming up after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us on this finally Friday. I do think these storms are on a weakening trend, though. Still seeing some lightning, and I think we can end this Facebook Live before the end of this commercial break. But make sure to tune in to Fox 24 and get that full forecast. Here's a look at Mega Doppler. I do want to show you the radar one last time. Northwest Arkansas is quiet. Zooming in, Greenwood area. Those storms are getting a bit stronger. So we're kind of seeing these pulsing storms. But we are losing that, or daytime heating is gone. Still a lot of instability, still some moisture to work with. But I think that the severe storm potential is really going down, especially after those storms pass through Fort Smith. So no longer a threat for the Fort Smith area, and really no longer a severe storm threat that I see. Maybe a strong or two briefly severe storm, but mainly wind with the threat for these storms this evening. I do think that activity is winding down. Tomorrow, though, there will be some more chances for rain and maybe a few storms. We'll let you know what the forecast is coming out with. Many more updates to go as we see these daily chances for storms continuing for us. But until then, I gotta get ready for the show that is going to be coming back from break pretty soon. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you later on.